Ever get a fitting first try?
Oh, I can, most of the time. I know it's gonna work.
Dude. That is pure.
That's perfect. I mean, he gave me one driver. I really don't think I've changed my swing at all. And it's still carrying over 300, rolling about 25 yards. All right, guys, welcome back to another GM Golf video. Today, I'm back down here at Integrity Golf, where I hit on TrackMan. I was hitting a bunch of drivers, seeing how far I could hit the golf ball. But I'm back here because in that video, I kind of promised you guys that I was going to get a driver fitting. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm with the fitter here at Integrity Golf, Dustin. Steven will be filming behind the camera. We're on TrackMan today, and we're gonna see what driver I need to be hitting in my golf bag, because I'm not quite sure that this setup right here is the right one for me. So we're gonna find all that out today. I'm excited. We're getting fitted. Let's get into it.
This one's got a little dot on the top of it, so if you'll just make sure that points to the sky.
Sounds good.
Helps pick the spin up indoors. And we'll get 4 or 5 good ones, maybe 6 or so, and then we'll take a look at the average and chat about the numbers a little bit.
We shouldn't worry about that curve.
No, I can tighten it up just with equipment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look to the future. If you tell me that, hey, I'm making swing changes,
Right.
and we fit to this, and then you come back in 2 months
Yeah.
and you're hitting a cut, well, the driver's not working anymore.
Exactly.
So,
That's why I'm saying I would say that we should just fit it as if I'm hitting just a good draw. Like,
perfect. Easy enough.
be like that right there. I would probably say that I'm not normally that much into out. That was a lot better. That was faster too.
Do like 2 more, we'll be good. Alright, so this is an average of all the shots that we kept. Really didn't delete any, so it's a good sample set. You can see obviously there's your shot pattern, there's your dispersion plot. This line down here on the bottom is the average of all those shots we kept.
Right.
So if we look starting on the left, so club head speed and ball speed. Ball speed's how fast it comes off the face, club head speed's how fast you're swinging it.
Right.
And then smash factor basically is an efficiency rating, the ratio between the two. So all of that looks awesome. You're maxing all that out almost. We may be able to get a little more ball speed out of it, but that's not really what we're after to make the ball flight better for you. For us, launching at 11 is good. I mean, for a driver, obviously, higher you launch it, lower you spin it, the better. But for everybody, there's kind of a window you need to operate in, right? 17 and 17 would be awesome. You know, launching it at 17, spinning at 17. It's kind of the theoretical max, but it's really hard to get there. Launching it good, I would say anything 10 to 14 is kind of a good range. So it's kind of a little on the lower to medium side, but spin rate being a little bit higher at $3 grand, it's going to look a little higher than it would if it was at like 2,000, right? So lower that a little bit. We'd like to raise the launch if we can, but really just knocking some spin off of it would be really good. Because right now you can see it's landing at 42. We had a couple balls in there that landed at like 45. So if you think 90 degrees with the ground, 45's in the middle of that, right?
Right.
Well, that'd be a nice neutral land angle for something that's landing on a green. That needs to stop. So if you just want to carry it 300 and have it not go anywhere, great. But if the fairways are super firm, this would work out great. But when you go out when it's a little soft, it's just going to plug and not really roll that far. So what we want to do is flatten it out just a little bit from a spin standpoint, not really a height standpoint. Knock some spin off of it, and then the biggest thing is try to take this pattern and get it a little closer to center. More of these shots to be kind of over here in this range. That way you get the majority of your pattern in the fairway. We go to your driver page, winner, and your speed. So you're 119. Tempo is a little faster. So tempo is just how fast you transition. We kind of eyeball that number. So 2.0 is standard, and as you go down, it gets faster, and as you go up, it would get slower. So for you, a little faster. The column we want to look at is this build FM column. So what that means is, so all these shafts on the wall, 2/3 of them aren't going to work for you. In your case, even more aren't going to work because of where you are speed-wise. There's going to be a lot of NAs in here, and then you'll see some numbers, right? So what we do is we kick out the ones that don't apply to us, because obviously a 40-gram regular is not something we need to be wasting our time on. So we'll kick them out, and now we have a list of stuff that works. So all these numbers are going to be a little different because all these shafts play different. They all have different profiles, if you will. At your speed, they're all going to be pretty similar. They're all going to be really stiff, but what we can tell from this straight away, so we're about 2 flexes too soft. That's a big part of why 2 things are happening. Everything's going left. Okay? But there's another interesting thing that's happening. If you look at your impact location,
low
your impacts are low. So why would that happen? So the way shafts move in space, we know, if I'm hitting at you, and the club's here, the shaft's always going to deflect in a couple different ways. So you're going to have droop. So it's going to deflect this way, so the head's going like that. And then you're also going to have lag and lead deflection. So lag deflection would be when you transition and it bends and the head kind of lags behind the handle, right?
Right.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you have lead deflection, so when the head kind of passes, right?
Right.
Off of that center line.
Right.
So what happens when a shaft is too soft? Lead deflection may be a little early,
Yeah.
or we just have too much of it.
Okay.
So what that does is it presents the face a little more closed,
Right.
with a little more loft.
Got it.
And you can't access the center of the face because
Gotcha.
it's not available. You can only hit it down here. So if we take some of that deflection out, then
It'll be straight
impact
coming through
location
impact.
should raise up.
Right.
Face should square up a little bit,
I like it.
and the pattern should calm down some. Pick a head that's very similar to what you have, but
Yeah.
a little lower loft, something a little more appropriate, and then we'll run through the shafts. Once we figure that out, flip it over and do the head.
Ever get a fitting first try?
Oh, I can, most of the time. Most of the testing's for the customer. I know it's gonna work.
I love it.
Most of the time within a couple combinations. Sometimes it's a little tougher, but let's do this one. So this is gonna feel a little different.
Callaway Epic Max LS.
Dark Horse this year, it's been doing really well.
Really?
My Golf Spy just did their testing,
Yeah.
published the results, and this was actually their first place winner, which has been a while for Callaway to have one in there like that.
That's
Ping's
awesome.
been winning.
Ping drivers aren't nice.
They're good. We'll hit one for sure.
All right, I do like the way this head looks. I'm not gonna lie.
I have been given the Epic Max LS with what shaft do we have in here?
It's a Fujikura. It's called a Platinum.
Fujikura Flat.
All right, good. We're done. That's pretty much what we want right there.
That is.
Don't cross the center, and
Let's just say in theory we got this first try. I would want a different grip on this, and that's it.
oh yeah, this is just for demo.
Because it's kind of slick. That's why I didn't swing super hard. But dude,
That is pure.
that's perfect. I mean, he gave me one driver. I feel like the swing has not changed at all. I really don't think I've changed my swing at all. I mean, as you can tell, club to path might be a little less. 3.2 degrees. 115 club head speed. I'm just swinging normal here. I'm not swinging hard or anything. Yes, club head speed might be a little down. Spins at 2,400 and it's still carrying over 300, rolling about 25 yards. That was just a bad swing. That was that drop kick, not get through the ball.
That's a miss, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Let's get one or two more with this. We'll have a little fun. We'll compare real quick.
That's crazy. Because that swing does not feel any different.
From a dispersion standpoint, it's exactly what the goal was. Take that pattern, move it over.
Right.
Cool. And then another thing too, I didn't really touch on, people don't talk about a lot, is we think of dispersion like this.
Right.
Really, more importantly, we want it to be tighter this way.
Right.
Because the distance between the longest one and the shortest one is a little too far. then
And
you
this
go-
was the miss.
Yeah, so you go distance between longest and shortest, maybe even this one. The distance this way is a lot tighter.
less,
So
yeah.
that means every swing you put on it, whether it's perfect or not, still giving you very similar results. So you
Right.
don't have to be as on the button as you were before. Same club head, different shaft.
Different shaft this time, same club head.
FX 2.0.
FX 2.0 Acura for all the golfers out there that know what that shaft is. I can already tell you right now, it did not feel as good as that other shaft. Whenever I swing something once or twice, I can just give you instant feedback. That other
You
shaft
should be able
is...
to feel a difference in profile of the shaft should take them a couple swings.
I mean, I hit that good, it still doesn't feel... like
Too
that.
much left in that one.
Just a shaft, I mean, you can tell a difference instantly.
This one is a little different. There we go.
This one and that one felt good.
Yep. Is that one a little towier or is it pretty similar?
I think it wasn't toey, I think it was just a little quick from the top.
Alright, one other one here. I think we got shaft figured out.
We're testing one more shaft, but he thinks we got the shaft. In my opinion, the first shaft is the best one I've felt so far, so. One more shaft. Is this one more bendy?
It's actually a little heavier. Stiffness wise and be about the same. The difference you're feeling is the profile. Where it's bending from would be the better way to do it.
It's crazy how important fitting for clubs is. I'm telling you.
Feel the first one?
I can say it right now. The first one.
Alright, I like it.
Now we gotta figure out club head, because I mean, just hitting it, I just felt so much better. Can't really even explain it. It's just a great feeling. We'll hit a TaylorMade driver. For those of you who do not know, I've never been able to hit TaylorMade drivers. So in my opinion, never been a fan, but we're gonna see. Maybe the driver he gives me with this shaft setup, just for some reason, is destiny. You never know.
This right there.
It's just, you can't beat the chef.
And you'll probably swing it a little bit faster when it's finished, where you don't
Right.
feel like it's going to fling out of your hand.
Right.
But you're still hitting it way further than yours at 1/16. So you don't even. That just shows you sometimes we waste a lot of effort.
Yeah, you don't even need to swing harder. I liked the Callaway head better. Club head that's in the lead is Callaway. Now we're testing a Titleist club head, which I have in the past liked the older versions of the Titleist drivers. I'm excited to see how this feels. TSI 3. Oh my, the club face is built different. Look at that club face.
It's a different metal. What's interesting about that metal, they use it on the Mars rover. It's made in Pittsburgh.
Hold on. Hold on.
The only thing I don't know is which loft to go with. A little spinny for my taste.
Yeah. All right. The TSI. It's a little spinny. Cobra. What is that? I like it.
Cobra action.
The Rad XB. Look at this. This actually looks
See
clean.
what it does first. Yeah. The feedback, I've actually played a few rounds with this one already, and it just goes straight. It's kind of awesome. It just goes. So the two drivers I use are this one and the Max from Ping this year, because they're very similar in design, and the ball flights are almost the same. I mean, they just go straight. It's fun.
I like hitting the ball straight. That sounds fun.
If you're into that kind of thing.
This one and the Callaway are the two favorites.
What I like about this one is the sharp directions is for the right. That one's obviously pretty good, so we'll save some swings. I like it. So you got two misses in there.
We're scratching Titleist and Sim.
Perfect. So one more to go. We got Ping.
We're testing our last driver. So I've hit the Cobra, I've hit the Callaway, now we're hitting the Ping. And then out of those three, we're gonna decide which one is our favorite. Genuinely excited to get that driver out of my bag, considering I'm not fitted for it.
I've been trying to make it do that all day. Finally got one.
I will say this, it's between, in my mind, personally, it's between this and Callaway.
Okay.
I think I'm out on the Cobra. I think that's just what I want to see in my hand. I have a weird feeling that it's going to end up being Callaway. That's just my feeling.
They made this thing in an 8 degree, it'd be killer.
All right.
Nice. There you go. It's better than the Callaway so far.
Looking like Cobra.
On the misses.
On to the Ping, guys. Probably going to be between Ping and Cobra from the looks of it. We got a winner.
All right.
We got a winner.
Good with that? Drum roll, please. Let's see.
Look at this, guys. The Cobra
Only half.
Rad XB. You got the Cobra too, right?
I got the
Steve?
Cobra as well.
Cobra might be the new thing, man. 9 degrees. I felt like this was by far, just misses wise, this one felt the best by a mile. So this will have to be the one that I go with.
All of the yellow balls are in the fairway now.
I love it.
And then let's keep going down, keep going. All right, so there you go.
All right, here's the numbers, guys.
So even at a little slower club head speed, which some of that is fatigue, some of that's the grip being a little slippery, right? But even at lower club head speed, because they made the ball flight so much better, you're going to get a lot more out of it. And then you go outside, and your club head speed, finished product club head speed will be very similar. Then you're probably going to be more in the 330 to 335 range. So now you picked up a point.
Right.
Guys, that's insane how much a driver fitting there is for a noticeable difference. Like one little fitting, and you can already tell how much this could benefit my game. I mean, just yardages, dispersion, all of it. Obviously, club head speed
ball speed was down.
That's partially to do with that grip being a tiny bit slick, a little bit of fatigue from hitting drivers for a long period of time. But I have a feeling that that club head speed will go up, the ball speed will go up, and that the Cobra driver will be the new play for me. Freaking love it. Let's go. All right, guys, that is about it for today's video, driver fitting. So the thing about that is that was just the fitting. I'm gonna see how fast I can get all that stuff ordered and sent to my house. I really want to get that driver in the bag as soon as possible. Once again, huge shout out to Integrity Golf. You guys want to check them out. They're right here in Frisco. So if you're in the area, want to get a club fitting, anything like that, head over here. I'll link their Instagram and website in the description down below. But once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to stay tuned for the next video. Put it in the bag because I need it. Need it ASAP. You guys take it easy. Peace.